Hi everyone, it's Heather from True North Spirit Medicine here. How are you? Welcome to the energy reading for October 2021. I got the date right. Well, actually I wrote it on a piece of paper so I wouldn't get it wrong. Okay, so I'm going to draw some cards and then I'm going to see what comes through. I shall channel some messages attached to the cards and we'll see what we get for October 2021 for the people who are watching, please and thank you. I'm using the Lucy Cavendish deck again, Wild Wisdom of the Fairies, or Wisdom Fairies, Wisdom Oracle. I'll put it in the description box. Okay, so let's see. I did ask for 3 cards, so I was going to try and keep it to like 20 minutes, these videos, but I've just drawn 4. Interesting. Okay, so let us just rearrange them a little bit and then see what they've got to say. That one goes there, I think. Okay, so got 4 cards. I'll show them to you as we go along, I think. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of information to come through and I'm kind of excited. I don't know why. I guess we'll figure it out in a minute. I feel like they want to start talking before we get to the cards, so we'll just let that come through first. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you is what I'm hearing. And it's coming with a big warm hug, yeah. Thank you for stepping up, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, thank you for shining your light in the darkest of places. Thank you for holding strong against the storms. Thank you for acknowledging your gifts and your purpose and your light, your heart, your goodness, your laughter, your soul, your joy, your dreams. Thank you for acknowledging all of those things within yourselves, and thank you for stepping up and bringing them forward. We know that the journey is tough, and we know that the journey can feel long, and we know that the journey can feel isolating. But please know that we hold you so sacredly and so dearly in our hands. We hold you like a safety net, a beautiful golden glistening safety net that sits underneath you and goes with you wherever you walk. Please know that this holds you. And they've just turned the safety net into this big, beautiful kind of golden mesh bubble around each of you. Big and beautiful. They're saying it glistens with the light of 1,000 suns. Oh, that's so nice. And it feels really nice. It feels really powerful. So know that you are held in this. Know that you are connected to this. It's like the golden lattice that Peggy Phoenix DeBro channeled and teaches and talks about. That's what it feels like. So know that you are intimately connected to this and that it is a part of you, even if you've never heard those words before. And know that you are contained within this, along with the energy of Gaia, the planet, And all of the ancestors and all of the helpers and all of the guides and all of the angelics and all of the animals and all of the everythings that come with divine light are there as well to help you. In each of those individual ways that you are stepping up, and each of those individual ways that you are holding your space and holding your light, and each of those individual ways where you're making those choices that are the best that you can make with that discernment, that gut feeling that you have. So much gratitude. So much gratitude. It feels like the last month, the last couple of weeks in particular of September have been really tricky and really tough for a lot of people. And there's been a lot of downloads, a lot of upgrades, a lot of new information, a lot of new energies. The Schumann resonance is going off the chart. There's been mass coronal rejection, so solar flares coming. There's all sorts of stuff that's coming to us. I was going to say at us, but it's to us, for us. And all of those things are to help us to stay safe and solid and held in this beautiful space that's here on the planet. Yeah, it's really good. It's really powerful. Yay, that's really nice. What a nice way to start. Yeah. So they're just also, before we leave this beginning bit, wanting to remind us that you're always connected to that. You're always connected to that kind of energy, to source energy. So if you are feeling a bit frazzled or a bit sort of knocked around or whatever, headaches, lack of sleep, all the rest of it, just take a moment and breathe. Belly breaths seem to be really important at the moment, so remembering to breathe like the babies do, so your belly goes out and in, and not up here. And just think of that beautiful kind of golden lattice, I guess, that's around each one of us and around the whole planet, and just reconnect with that. So set your intention to connect with it. If you don't think you're very good at visualizing, or you're not sure what I'm talking about, try asking your search engine, golden lattice, Peggy Phoenix Dubrow, Dubro or OIS, can't remember. Anyway, it'll be Annie Google or whoever will show you. But it's a really beautiful image, and it's a really powerful point of connection. They're saying portal of connection at the moment as well. So that's kind of cool. Yay. Okay, good. So just having a look at the cards. So I feel like I've drawn 4, and I feel like there's sort of the first 2 that sort of go together, and then the next 2 that go together. Okay. And the first one, I always find this one kind of interesting when it comes up in this deck. It says, Silver Sisters, time to take protection from toxic thoughts and energies. So that's the Silver Sisters, time to take protection from toxic thought and energies. And they're quite stunning looking ladies, really. Fierce, I guess. So we don't need to do the protection that like we did in the old days before 2012. So protecting yourself out of fear and all that kind of stuff, like it's not necessary anymore. They're saying this card needs an upgrade. This card itself needs an upgrade. And so really what it's about these days, and I think I've talked about this in these videos before, I've certainly talked about it in readings and in workshops. It's more about filling yourself up with as much joy and love and compassion and benevolence as you can, and then you hold that space, and then nothing can touch you. Again, think of like a moth to a flame. Well, not that it's attractive, but well, can be. They're saying that's the point. Okay, that's interesting. Or like lighting a match in a dark room, it dispels the darkness, you know. So you hold as much light as you can, including, you know, you can do things like your own meditations and chakra balancing and connecting to that golden lattice, golden lattice. Tasty, but no, not so good for your teeth probably. Yeah, so doing that, so doing what we did at the beginning basically is a far more powerful way to stay out of toxic thoughts and energies than any of the old methods. What were they going to say in that middle bit? So that detachment skill is really important. I think we either talked about it last month or the month before, I can't remember. But, you know, see yourself as in a bubble or a ball over here and see all the, you know, the world's fear or whatever it is, anxiety, depression, lethargy, whatever it is, over there. So you keep yourself separate from the collective as much as possible, especially at the moment, because there's a lot of fear that's, you know, trying to be sold to us. And so as long as we upgrade and stay upgraded, we can't be touched by it. Yeah. And they're highlighting the gold light in the second card, which is Secret Doorway, working with intuition, second sight, opening dimensional doorways. And they're particularly pointing out the golden light that's kind of streaming through here on this card. So you stay connected to that golden light, or pink or green or whatever colour you want, white, you know, whatever colour you want to see it as. But, you know, the light of source energy that's in every cell of your body, you stay connected to that with intention and nothing can touch you, you know. And there's physics behind that too, you know. Oh, sorry, the camera went, oh, what do I focus on? You know. And I feel like this card's really important. They're pointing out the working with your intuition and your second sight opening. I think it was last month where we talked about how with the increase of energy on the planet that these sort of psychic skills, or, you know, whatever you want to call them, extrasensory perceptions are increasing for everybody, right? So this card is signifying, symbolizing, highlighting all of that again as well. And they're pointing out all the little sparkles in the trees, which are little kind of fairy lights and orbs and stuff. So again, they're saying there's a lot of support here. There's a lot of support here. I'm just asking the best way, like if you're not really sure or you haven't really worked with these energies before, I'm saying try it for yourself and practice. You know, if you're really committed to opening yourself up and working with your intuition more, joining a psychic development circle or meditation group or anything like that is really good. If you can't do that in person, I'm sure there's, well, I know there's online ones, just to connect. And that saying connection and communication is really important at the moment. So staying connected to your tribe, staying connected to your loved ones, staying connected to your, what was the phrase I heard the other day? Your family of frequency. And I really liked that. I really liked that. You know, the people that are on your same vibe, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean. Like your family that's not necessarily your blood family. For some of you it is your blood family, for a lot of us it's not. Yeah, family of frequency. So stay connected. Reach out and connect with them. It's good for you. So I'm just checking there's anything else about those first two before we go to the next two. They said no, you're doing very well. That's nice. This is one of my favourite cards in this deck. I don't know why, I just really like it. It's called Green Man's Door, Portals to Fairy, Wheel of the Year, Galactic and Gaian Entry Points. Gaia being the energy of our planet. Portals to Fairy, Wheel of the Year, Galactic and Gaian Entry Points. I really like the card. It's got the green man and a lovely lady. It's like a door. Well, it is a door. It's like she's sitting in the doorknob, the knocker part, which is a bit odd. She looks comfortable. But yeah, it's quite beautiful artwork on these cards. Green man's door. Okay. And they're pointing out all the little sparkles in this card too. As reminders of the support that we have. So I'm just asking what they want to say about this card, and they're immediately going, portals, 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 which is quite funny. But what do they mean by that? They're saying pay attention to the numbers. So like the master numbers in particular, and the sort of doubled up number sequences. So for example, 1010, you know, the 10th of October is the 10th of the 10th, or the 22nd of the month, or the 11th of the month, or, you know, when you look at the clock, I don't know why that's a symbol for a clock, but anyway, when you look at the clock and you see 11:11 or 12:12 or 3:33 or 4:44, or pay attention to those things. They're saying that some of them are mini, are like mini portals. There's a lot being written about numbers and number sequences and stuff, and if you're interested, you can do your own research. But what they're saying today, it kind of feels like those sort of mini portals are the time ones. So if you've got your clock set to like a 24-hour thing, then it's like, you know, 10:10, 11:11, 12:12, 13:13, 14:14. And often when I'm, you know, just driving around or doing stuff, I'll look at the clock and it happens to be, you know, 11:11, or sending good vibes to the planet at 11:11 is a really good one. But outside of that, they're saying each of those is like a mini portal. So if you can pause, if you know, you might be at work or something, you pick up your phone to look at the time or whatever, and it's, you know, 10:10 or whatever. You can just take like a moment and just, it's almost like a wink from the universe, like you're on the right track kind of thing. And you can take a moment and just see it and acknowledge it and feel it and celebrate it, you know. That's a really nice way to work with those sort of mini portals. I've never heard them call them mini portals before, but I like it. And then those bigger ones, so you've got the, you know, the literal turning of the wheel of the year, so solstice, you know, the solstices and the seasonal changes, those kind of bigger ones. And of course, December 21st, 2012 was a really big one. But and then there's those other ones where it's like, you know, particular full moons, or you might be outside and you see like a big like cloud circle around the moon. Sometimes, you know, you see that and you just go, whoa. Those kind of ones, plus the monthly ones where it's like the 10th of October or the 11th of November or the 12th of December, those kind of recurring double digits are really important. They're saying for those ones, the monthly ones, they're saying, it's a really nice time to do, you can do like a little ritual, you know. You might sit and think about what you want to call in that month, or for the next, you know, 4-week period between that and the next one, or you might do a burning ritual to release something that you want to let go of, like, you know, those kind of sort of traditional, typical almost rituals are really nice are really good to celebrate or to mark those occasions as they come up. That's really interesting. I haven't ever heard them say that before. I mean, that middle bit about the monthly ones. That's interesting. And they're saying by doing that, by sort of, it's like opening yourself up to celebration of those points, those galactic and Gaian entry points, as it says on this card. And then it allows more in. So coming back to this card with the beautiful light coming through, it allows more of the light in. So the more you work with this energy and the more you allow yourself to open up and work with these energetic portals, the more of this, you know, the good juju you can get coming through. Does that make sense? And then the more of that good energy, the pure love energy that you can bring into your self, your being, your energy bodies, your physicality, your everything, the less of this you're going to need. Do you know what I mean? The less of this toxic protection or whatever, to use the old language, because you're filled up with love. Yay, that's nice. Okay, and then the last card, which is quite lovely, it's one of my favorites. I have lots of favorites in this deck. It's called the Gift, and it says a present and offer, nurturance, growth, potential. And it's got a beautiful picture of a fairy lady, and maybe he's an elf. I don't want to get the names wrong, but anyway, you can see the gift. And it's a beautiful fairy lady with her wings out, and this lovely little fella standing beside her. Wings out the way. It's really soft and lovely, this card, I think. So they're saying, they're funny, they're saying like put all these together. Let's see if I can get them all up. Put all that together, so stand in your own power, in your own way, and open yourself up more to spirit, to source energy, to love, to higher guidance in particular, is what they're saying. Work with these portals that we have a few times a day, at least once a month, once a month, and then a few times a year for the bigger ones. And this is what you get. That's nice. That's kind of cute. I like it. There's a bit more to this one. They're going to talk about relationships. I had a feeling they were going to... Sorry, that was my ring cracking on the table. Not cracking, but thumping. Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to talk about relationships today. They're funny. Because I'm like, what else do you want to say about this card in terms of relationships? And they're like, let love in. Isn't there a song? Something like that. Yeah, there's a real heart opening here. A really big heart opening here. And this is for everyone, whether you're in a relationship and you want to deepen that relationship, or you're wanting a new intimate romantic relationship to come in. Or not, maybe it's for yourself as well. I thought that was the cat. Yeah, it's really lovely. It's like this beautiful, warm heart space energy that feels, I want to use the word settled. It's like settled and open and ready and calm and sort of waiting, but not with that waiting energy. It's just, it's at peace, you know. And there's an acknowledgement here that inside each one of us, we know that we deserve unconditional love, and we know that we can accept unconditional love, and we know that we are ready for unconditional love, each in our own ways, but deep down, I mean, it's your birthright, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Regardless of what experiences or situations or whatever that you've had in your life up to this point, underneath all of that is this deservedness. It's like you turned it into like a step. It's like a golden, like a stepping stone, you know. So acknowledging that for yourself is really important. Acknowledging that you deserve love of self, love of others, love of source, because you're made of love. That's the golden light stuff that's in every cell of your body. It's in your DNA, you know, this beautiful golden light. It's in you, and that is love. So it's like these two cards kind of go together as well. They're pointing out it's like there's a colour similarity here as well. These beautiful kind of warm earthy tones, like the lady in this card's got kind of reddish auburn hair, and this card is all those kind of, it's like warm autumny colours, It's really quite nice. I'm just asking if there's anything else to say about this gift card before we finish. They're laughing, going, nah, you've got this. So there's a confidence here as well, you know. They're also saying fake it till you make it. And that's really interesting. Like just yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine and I was telling her that a few days ago, maybe a week ago, I was finding it sort of tricky to get into, you know, my morning meditation again. And that's when I realised, oh, okay, ask for to be upgraded to the new frequency. So I did that. And often that comes with a colour. It's different for everyone. But for me, that often comes with a colour. A couple of weeks ago, it was silver. Oh, that's really interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. I've forgotten about that. Yeah, and I nearly sent out, and I nearly made a short video, and I nearly sent out like an updated you know, interim kind of newsletter thing, but my computer broken, so I didn't. But the silver light came through so strongly. And I remember maybe about a year and a half ago, somebody, and I can't remember who it was talking about using silver light to help heal the energy of the planet in terms of the pandemic, and that it was particularly good for healing. So for the first couple of weeks of September, every morning and every night and every moment in between that I remembered, I was standing in this massive, not that I remembered, but that I remembered to add intention to it, standing in this really big column of silver light and just sending it out to the planet. That's really interesting. I'd forgotten about that. Oh, that's what they're saying before, something about the new protection stuff. So this is like, this card needs an upgrade. So use the silver energy for that. It's not about having to be afraid of toxic energy or, you know, whatever. It's just holding your light and using that extra skill that you have and extra knowledge and wisdom that you have to actually send it out to the planet as well. And the confidence thing, thank you, what was I talking about? Yeah, so last week or whatever it was, a few days ago or something, it turned to like bright yellow. It was like the colour of bananas. It was so funny. And then my whole kind of like connecty uppy down column thing was like a giant banana. I was pissing myself laughing. It was so funny. And then when I expanded it out, because you know how you do that, you sort of connect up and down and then you clear your chakras, or you expand your energy out to the edge of your Merkaba, which is 8 meters in diameter. So when I did that, when it was like banana coloured, it was like I was standing in this really big banana. Still makes me laugh. I still am. It's quite funny. And I was telling a friend about it yesterday on the phone, or the day before, or whatever it was. And it was only then that I realised that that's the solar plexus chakra, you know, the one that's here, you know, where your sort of ribs, bottom of, well, the front of where your ribs meet, that the I am, it's the yellow one. Did you talk about that recently? Anyway, they're saying, yeah, I think it was last month. Yeah, there was an invitation to work on your solar plexus chakra, that's right. But yeah, so it feels like that massive column of silver, we'll use the silver as well if you want, yellow light, for me it looks like a banana, is the gift of confidence. Yeah, so that I am, it's that the I am chakra, the solar plexus one, it's all about your sense of self in the world. So it's like your right to be here. And the acknowledgement that you are doing good work and that you are loved and that you are held in that beautiful golden net, that beautiful golden bubble, that beautiful golden lattice that we talked about right at the beginning. That you're held in that every breath of your life, and that you deserve to inhale the breath of the gods, is what they're saying. That's really lovely. It's like that feeling of, like, you know, when it's a hot summer's day and there's just this beautiful cooling breeze that comes and you're just like, oh yeah, that's right. It's that kind of feeling. It's like, oh yeah, it's easy. I can just breathe in and out this beautiful golden light, and then I'll fill myself up with it, and then I'm at one with the universe, you know. I'm in flow. It's beautiful. So they're just saying the last thing, they just want to help remind us to stay in that flow as much as possible for this next month. I feel like that's going to be really important, to stay detached, stay in your own lane, stay centered in your heart space, and stay filled up with confidence. Use the support that's there as much as you can. Ask for help, ask for guidance. Use the portal energy that comes a couple of times a day if you're paying attention. And all of that then expands your own energy centers so that you're so big and so powerful and so lovely that you're fine. You can't help but be in the flow when you're connected in that way. And that's where the strength is, that's where the power is, that's where the gifts come in. And the more gifts you receive, allow yourself to receive, the more gifts you can share with the world, which is, always a good thing. Okay, they're saying that's enough. Awesome. Thank you for listening, thank you for tuning in, thanks for supporting me in this new fun little journey on YouTube. I kind of like it, it's a bit weird, but I like it. Like and subscribe if you like it and haven't subscribed yet. Feel free to share it with others that you think might be interested in me rabbiting on. And enjoy the gifts. Enjoy the gifts. Enjoy the gifts. Share them around. Spread the love. All that kind of stuff. It's good. It's good for you. Okay. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.